포토타임 먼저 진행합니다. 팀 밀러 감독과 터미네이터 다크페이트의 주역 모두 무대로 모시겠습니다. Mackenzie Davis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, 린다, 해밀턴, 가브리엘 루나, 그리고 팀 밀러 감독님까지 오셨습니다. Okay. Would you please pose for the left? Pose for the left. Okay. 왼쪽부터 사진 촬영하도록 하겠습니다. And center. Right. And center one more time. Okay. You can do whatever you like. Thank you. Yeah. You want any special pose? Korean pose, Korean heart? Oh, that'll be great. Yeah. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then would you please step down for a while and then we'll do a solo shot from Natalia Reyes. Tim Miller. Yeah, from Tim Miller. So all the actors, please come down for a while. Thank you. 네, 가장 먼저 팀 밀러 감독님부터 하도록 하겠습니다. Tim, would you please look at the left side first? And center. And right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. 이번에는 데니 역할의 나탈리아 레이즈 배우님입니다. Natalia, it's your turn. 나탈리아 레이즈 배우님 모시도록 하겠습니다. Okay, left first. You wanna do right? Okay. Right. Where would you like to go? Right? Left one more time. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you. 자, 다음은 그레이스 역의 맥켄지 데이비스 배우님입니다. Nice to meet you. Okay, I will start from left. 정말 늘씬하십니다. Center. And right. Thank you. Thank you very much. 자, 다음은 랩9 역할의 가브리엘 루나님입니다. Okay, start from left. Left. Center. And right. Thank you. Thank you very much. 고맙습니다. 자, 다음은 서라 코너 역의 린다 해밀턴 배우님 무대 위로 모시겠습니다. 우아하게 걸어 나오고 계시네요. Okay, from left. Center. And right. Thank you. Thank you very much. 자, 그리고 마지막으로 T800 역의 아놀드 슈왈제네거 배우님을 모시겠습니다. Okay, we'll start from left. And right. 정말 영원한 터미네이터시죠? And right. Thank you. Thank you very much. 네, 고맙습니다. 굉장히 흥분하신 것 같아요. 배우분들이 기분 좋아하시니까 저도 좋습니다. 네. 네. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back. 네, 여러분 반갑습니다. 자. 그럼 이제부터 시작을 해보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 먼저 아놀드 슈왈제네거 배우님께서는 여러 번 방문을 하셨고 다른 분들은 공식적으로 첫 번째 방문으로 알고 있습니다. 그래서 한국 방문 소감과 함께 오늘 아침 함께 하시는 기자님들께 인사 한 말씀씩 부탁드려도 될까요?
So hello everyone, welcome to Seoul, Korea. To start off, I know Arnold has been to Korea several times already, but for the rest of the cast, it's your first official visit to this country. So, can you tell us how you feel about being in this country and also greet the press that are presented here?
감독님부터 할까요?
Could we start with you, Tim?
Hi, how are you? I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so proud to be bringing this film here first. Korean audience will be the first audience to see the film, and I couldn't be more excited. Thank you so much for asking us, and we're so happy that everyone is here to see the film and talk to us about it.
다음 아놀드 배우님.
Thank you, Arnold. Next, please.
The last time I was here, I said, I'll be back. And the Terminator always keeps his promise, right?
Yeah.
So I'm back. And I'm back now with a great, great team, great cast, great director, Tim Miller. And I'm very, very excited going around the world and promoting this film, Darkfate. You know, whenever you have a good movie, then it is much more fun promoting it than when it is a so-so movie or a shitty movie. So this one is a great movie. And all of the test screenings, it has scored really high, through the roof. So we are really, really excited about it, and especially this is a very important audience. I've been coming here for over 30 years to South Korea, to Seoul, and to not only promoting movies or books, but also to come here on vacation or to visit the American troops. So it's one or the other. So it's always wonderful to be here. Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much for being back. Okay.
Hi, this is my first time to Korea. I think it is heaven on earth. I love everything about Seoul. I love your food. We went to the Jimjilbong yesterday. I love your spas. I love the fashion. I love the people. I love Korea, and I love your food. And I'm excited about the movie.
찜질방도 가셨다고 하는데 찜질방 때문에 한국 또 오시는 거 아닌지 모르겠어요.
I'm so happy that you went to Jimjilbang. Maybe that's what's gonna bring you back next time to Korea.
I was already coming back, but yes, there are many reasons.
네.
Thank you.
자, 다음 린다 배우님.
Hi, thank you so much. I only arrived last night, so I'm a little behind. But Mackenzie will lead the way. She's already got it all figured out. And I hope to get to explore your great city. I'm very, very honored to be here.
네, 고맙습니다.
Hey everyone, I've had a wonderful time here. I have a friend who moved here 12 years ago, and he's been very helpful. He's been showing me around. I think I bought all the stickers in Line and Friends, and I love your films. I love the films that come out of this country. Old Boy and Good, Bad, and the Weird. Some of my favorite films. And thank you for having us. We've had so much fun, and I look forward to coming back again. Thank you very much.
네, 고맙습니다.
Hello, everyone. It's also my first time in Korea, but I'm telling you, I am moving to Korea with Mackenzie. She can visit me.
Getting a shared apartment.
Yeah, shared apartment. I love Korea with all my heart. The food is amazing. The people has been absolutely kind and beautiful. And the spa was the best experience ever. We got robbed. I'm still like hurt. But it was a great experience. I'm really happy. Also, my favorite movies in the world are from Korea. Park Chan-wook, Parasite's director. And, you know, I love your films. I love your country. And I'm really honored to be here.
네, 여러분이 이렇게 다 한국의 팬이 되셨다는 얘기 들으니까 한국의 전 인구가 5천만 인구가 터미네이터 닥페이트의 팬이 될 것만 같은 예감이 듭니다.
So great to hear that all of you love Korea that much, and I believe we have 50 million population here in Korea, and I'm sure that 50 million will be the fans of the Terminator Darkfate.
네, 문화일보 김구철입니다. 슈왈제네거 씨께 먼저 질문드리겠는데요. 35년 동안 시리즈가 시작되고 35년 동안 그 4편을 제외한 전 시리즈의 중심을 잡아오셨는데 그 긴 시간 동안 시리즈와 함께해온 감회를 먼저 듣고 싶고요. 또 지난번 한국에도 오셨지만 5편 그 제니시스 때 거기 그 대사 중에 인체 조직이 노화로 늙어 보이지만 여전히 쓸모 있다라는 그 팝스의 대사처럼 이번에도 묵직한 액션 연기로 건재를 과시했는데요. 그 35년 전과 다름없이 여전히 그 화끈한 액션을 보여줄 수 있는 비결도 듣고 싶습니다.
So my question goes to Arnold. You've been at the very forefront, at the very center of this whole franchise over the 35 years, except for the fourth one. But first of all, I want to know what it feels like to be part of this franchise for such a long time. And second, there was a line, I think, in the Genesis that it says, although this Terminator may look old and maybe a bit obsolete, but it's still very useful and has its use. And I believe that you're coming back to this one with some really intense action. What is the secret behind being able to perform the actions for such a long period of time?
Well, first of all, it was, one of those miracles to be an actor and to kind of get involved with a franchise that is so popular. I was very happy that Jim Cameron asked me to play the Terminator in 1984. And this film in 1984 kind of really helped my career and elevated my career. And after that film, I was offered many action movies. After that was Commando and Predator, Red Heat, and the list went on and on and on. And then we did another Terminator, a sequel, which became the highest grossing movie of the year and the most successful movie of the year. So I think that being part of this franchise has been really very important in my career and also to me as a person. I thought that I learned a lot from that, working with the various different directors that I've worked with. And now to be back again at Darkfate and to have everyone be united again. Jim Cameron worked on this movie and created the story, and to have Linda Hamilton back now again, it's really fantastic. And I'm so happy that we have Tim Miller, who is a man that understands action, that understands how to direct directors, but also is very familiar with visual effects. So this is a really great combination. Now when it comes to my age, I really don't feel my age. I think it is because I train all the time. I train every day, so I'm kind of ready for a movie like that. But I do, kind of prepare myself for months in advance. And I work with the stunt department, with the stunt coordinators. And I practice the different stunts because I believe in reps. And so, I do those things, and so I don't really feel the age in that sense, like you say, old but not obsolete. Maybe I'm older but not obsolete. So I think it's a good line from the movie.
네, 고맙습니다. 다음 질문 가겠습니다. 자, 네, 이번 질문은 네, 저쪽으로 가 있나요? 마이크가 네, 왼쪽으로 가겠습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 노컷뉴스 최영주 기자라고 합니다. 저는 팀 밀러 감독님에게 질문을 드리고 싶은데요. 이제 먼저 멋진 액션과 멋진 여성 서사를 보여준 영화였다고 생각하는데요. 좋은 영화 감사드리고요. 그 터미네이터 1, 2편보다 어떤 여성의 역할이나 의미가 좀 확대가 됐는데요. 여성이 세상을 구할 영웅을 낳고 보호하는 역할이 아니다. 좀 그 스스로가 세상을 구할 영웅이 되어서 이제 활동하는 그런 영화인데 이처럼 좀 여성 서사를 보다 확장하신 좀 이유가 있는지 궁금합니다.
This question goes to our director, Tim. First of all, we want to thank you for this very mind-blowing action and the great story, the saga shown in the Darkfate. We want to thank you very much for that. Now, compared to the first two Terminator versions, this one has a focus and expanded roles and the meanings given to the female characters. In the first ones, it was the woman protecting or giving a birth basically to the future hero, but this time, women are the heroes and heroines themselves. Is there a particular reason for that expansion of that woman's role?
I think the prominence of women in the Terminator movies was there from the beginning. I think the first movie was about Sarah Connor. I think the second movie was about Sarah Connor. You could argue that perhaps it was focused with John, but John really was about what he became, and it was about Sarah protecting him. So to me, I forget all the other films. No offense, Arnold. And then this film really was going to continue that focus on Sarah. I think the story comes out of the decisions that Sarah made, and it was really continuing her journey. Now, I think it's natural that what she did at the end of Terminator 2 changed the future, and she has to deal with that new future, which means additional characters that come into the franchise that weren't there before. It wasn't like a plan, it was more like the evolution of the story that had been started already. And then you're in this moment when you can decide, okay, well, who are these new people? Who is the new... In the Terminators, there's always Trinity, usually. There's the prey, the hunter, and the protector. Gabriel was the hunter. Arnold was the hunter and the protector. Kyle Reese was the protector. Mackenzie Davis's character. Grace is the protector. Natalia is the prey. Linda is the protector. So you have to sort of fill out those other traditional roles and the triumvirate of this franchise. So who are they going to be? Now we could have made it anything, but to me, there's been so many movies where men pick up guns and defend things, or men beat the shit out of everyone in defense or in vengeance or in whatever. And look, I like those movies. I grew up on them. But it's so much more interesting to me to have women step into that role more, if for no other reason than because it hasn't been done as much. And I think they bring a whole new dimension to the action. I designed action for Mackenzie that I wouldn't have designed for a man, but that's not it's not a gender specific way. It's just after spending a little time with her, I kind of got a sense of how she would do it, and it wouldn't be like a man would do it. It wouldn't be trying to look like a badass the whole time. There'd be more humanity, even to the way she fights, and I find all that very interesting. So Linda's role as a protector, Linda's going to fight differently than a man would, and I find all of that very interesting. So So anyway, it wasn't because I have some agenda about it. I just find it more interesting, just like I find women interesting in our society.
내추럴한 일이네요. 네. 자, 다음 질문으로 가도록 하겠습니다. 다음 질문은 저 뒤쪽으로 갑니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 오마이뉴스 김준무 기자라고 합니다. 저는 그 나탈리아 레이즈 배우분께 질문이 있는데요. 이번 시리즈에서 새로운 캐릭터인 데니 라모스 역을 맡았는데 그 데니가 영문도 모른 채 터미네이터한테 쫓기는 캐릭터라는 점에서 그 1편의 사라 코너를 연상시킵니다. 이와 관련해서 그 린다 해밀턴 배우분께 캐릭터에 대한 조언을 받았는지와 이런 기념비적인 시리즈에 출연하게 된 소감에 대해서 질문드립니다.
This question goes to Natalia. You're playing the role of Danny Ramos, who is being chased by Terminator, not knowing why. And this reminds us of the Sarah Connor from the previous movies. Did Linda give you any advice on that because of the similarities? And another question again to you is, what does it feel like to be part of this legendary franchise?
Well, I think, as in the trailer, Sarah says to Danny, I was here, like she feels sorry for me because she's being in this position that Danny is now, like she's the prey and she's the one being chased by this new machine. So I think that's why Sarah actually feels sorry for her, and she's trying to help her with Mackenzie, who plays Grace. In real life, like when we were shooting this movie, I think Linda was absolutely generous and kind and loving with all of us. But I think especially with me, it was such an inspiration. I think more than advice, like she was not telling me what to do or how to do it. She was absolutely respectful and she was trying to let me do my thing. But she just by being herself and being so professional and being always there and being kind and being loving with everyone on camera and behind the camera, I think that's the best example. I think by example is the best advice you can actually give. Just acting and doing what she loves to do. And she's not only an amazing actress, but she is just an amazing human being. She's so professional. She loves her work. She cares about every single line she says. So that's really inspiring. I always say, she knows I want to be like her.
실제로도 세라 코너 같은 캐릭터를 가지고 계신 것 같습니다. 린다 배우님이.
G'day guys, it's Steve Hargrave from Australia, Sunrise. Good to see you all. I'm over here in my Hawaiian shirt. This question is mainly for Linda. It's great to see you back kicking ass again in this movie. And Arnie, you can fill in a bit with this afterwards as well, Arnold. 28 years since you were last working on the Terminator movie. What's that moment like when you go on set, you see each other in your outfits? Talk us through the emotions, Linda, just being back in that world. And Arnold, afterwards, maybe you can just explain the special relationship you have on and off screen.
Well, it was a fantastic moment to see Arnold again. We had not really spoken for too many years, but we had forged a great friendship in our earlier incarnations as Sarah and the T-800, and really just sort of lost touch when he became the governor, and he was awfully busy. So on set, when we were there and in our costumes, I think it was a very natural, organic place that, we just fell right back into it. Even though we had been working and training for a year, so it's not like you just step onto the stage and you're Sarah Connor. I mean, I had been training for a year, and I felt very, very ready. And then seeing Arnold and working with Arnold just sort of finished the picture for me. Made me feel 100%, there, and that's really all that there is. We just continued in that vein for the rest of the film, and it was many days and many nights, and never been happier, truly.
네, 고맙습니다. 자, 다음 질문.
Let me just say that for me it was really absolute heaven when Jim Cameron told me we're going to bring Linda Hamilton back. I was so happy and I was so delighted when I heard that. But at the same time, I said to myself, without any doubt, the most pressure is on Linda Hamilton in this movie. And the reason is because she raised the bar so high on Terminator 2. I think that there was no woman that ever was such a badass as Linda Hamilton was. And that someone that physically also looked like it, that they can do all of the things that she did in that movie. From doing her chin-ups to pull-ups to the push-ups, the running, the jumping, the fighting, the shooting, everything that she did in that movie looked totally believable because of the look of her body and because she trained hours and hours and hours for months and months and months to get ready for this part. So the question was, after 28 years, how do you top that? So then you're under a lot of pressure. No two ways about it. And I don't know if she wants to go into that and talk about that, but I can tell you one thing, that what I have heard from her was that she trained from the moment when Jim Cameron called her and told her that she is in, and she agreed to be in. From that moment on, for 1 year, she trained every day and did the same kind of a training to prepare for the role as she did for Terminator 2. And, you know, to do that at the age of 60 is a whole different ballgame, I'm sure. But she did it. And when I was on a set and I watched and we did this first day of action, and I saw her, the way she moved and the way she handled the guns, I said to myself, Linda Hamilton is back. And she's a badass as she always was. And so now she doesn't only set a new standard, I think, for women in general of what they can do on a screen, but also what a 60-year-old woman can do on a screen. So to me, that is spectacular. I think that she really pulled it off. And so for me, it was delightful working with her. And of course, it was delightful for me to work with the rest of the cast. But it was great to reunite with her again after 28 years, yes.
고맙습니다. 자, 이번에는 중앙, 네.
Yes, please, please.
Sorry.
Where? Oh, there. No, it's not a button. But I just want to say that there's a lot of moments during the process of a movie where you've imagined something, but you don't know if it's going to work. You hope it works, but you don't know until that moment. And we did a costume test with Linda and Mackenzie. I think we did that day as well. I still remember the whole day very vividly. But Linda walked out in her costume, and there is the visual of her looking like a badass. We knew that was going to be true, but I could tell in her eyes that she felt like a badass. She enjoyed looking like a badass. And to me, that I knew this was all going to work, because she just owned that character in such a way. She put the sunglasses on. She checks her weapons in this way that makes me feel like she is very comfortable and is just going to own this character throughout the whole movie. And what a I wouldn't say a relief. What a great feeling it was, because you know that, fuck, this thing is going to work.
또 덧붙이시고 싶은 분 계실까요?
Does anybody want to add anything to this?
괜찮습니까? 네.
If not,
You know,
okay.
네. 자, 그럼 이제
We all love Linda so much. It can be an endless thing. You'll hear in any question you ask us, there will be more stuff about Linda, I promise.
터미네이터 다크페이트의 중심에는 우리 세라 코너 역의 린다 해밀턴 배우님이 우뚝 서 계셨기 때문에 가능한 게 아닌가 생각했습니다.
Well, I think, Linda, you really played an important role in this all, throughout this process, at the very center, and you grounded everything, so I think it's impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
네, 그럼 이제 저희 질문 가운데로 가보도록 하겠습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 톱스타뉴스 이창규 기자입니다. 저는 맥켄지 데이비스 배우님한테 질문이 있는데요. 이 영화에 출연하기 전에 터미네이터 시리즈를 하나도 보시지 않은 걸로 알고 있는데 이제 몰아보면서 어떤 그 1편부터 5편까지 작품 중에서 어떤 게 가장 인상적이었고 그리고 연기를 하면서 좀 참고했던 캐릭터가 있다면 어떤 게 있는지 좀 궁금합니다.
Question to Mackenzie. We heard that you have not watched any installment of Terminator until you decided to be on board with this particular installment, meaning that you must have seen all of it at once. Now, the first question is, which one of them out of all 5 did you find most impressive? And were there any elements or characteristics or things that you looked at to maybe use it for your future acting for this installment?
I have to correct a few things in that. I have not seen all of them. I have seen the first 3. And I watched the first 2 about 6 months before I found out that I was going to audition for this movie in a very unrelated move. Somebody I was having a meeting with, we were talking about our favorite movies, and he emphatically urged me to see Terminator 1 and 2, that they were these like great moments in cinema. So I went home that night and screened them for myself in my house and was just blown away. I mean, I think they've aged extremely well, but especially Terminator 2 feels incredibly relevant. The aesthetics of it don't feel old or dated at all. They feel like really urgent and pressing. Sarah Connor feels like this. She was ahead of her time then, and she still feels like this really urgent, necessary character. It doesn't feel like a throwback to another time where you sort of like cringe at some of the politics or the gestures. She's this whole human woman with a whole wealth of experiences, and they all influence her behavior. So she just feels very contemporary and ageless. And it felt like discovering this sort of missing piece of I hate strong female characters. I hate saying that term because I feel like it's become a bit of a buzzword and it loses any meaning. But part of this legacy of impressive, authoritative, combative characters on screen, and Linda Hamilton and Sarah Connor is this, important puzzle piece that if you don't know it's there, you're missing out on the origin for Ripley from Aliens and from all of these sort of impressive characters that came afterwards. So I loved it. And in terms of what I took for it from my role, I mean, obviously Linda's body is so intimidating. And I felt like it was a really necessary part of my preparation to at least strive for something in the vicinity of that. And I used her dedication as inspiration. And then really once I got to know her more, the same with Natalia, I think she really influenced all of us on set with her attention to her role and the stakes of this world, and just her focus and understanding of how important everything we were doing was. Just every day really focused us. So it was all very influential.
아쉽지만 시간 관계상 저희 마지막 질문 받아야 될 것 같습니다. 마지막 질문 중앙에 준비되어 있네요.
네, 안녕하세요. 저 통통뉴스 뉴스토마토 김희경 기자라고 합니다. 저 팀 밀러 감독이랑 그 가브리엘 배우님께 질문 하나씩 있는데요. 우선 팀 밀러 감독에게 그 맥켄지 데이비스랑 나탈리아 레이즈가 영화에서 굉장히 뛰어난 액션은 물론 그 감정적인 연기를 훌륭하게 보여줬다고 생각합니다. 이렇게 뛰어난 신인 배우들을 어떻게 찾았는지, 어떤 걸 보고 캐스팅했는지 궁금하고요. 이 캐스트들 그대로 후속 시리즈가 제작될 가능성은 얼마나 있는지 알려주시면 감사하겠습니다. 그리고 가브리엘 배우님께는 그 아놀드 슈왈제네거에 이어 새로운 터미네이터 시리즈에 합류하게 된 소감이 궁금하고, 레브나인 이전의 터미네이터와 차별되는 점이 있다면 어떤 게 있는지 궁금합니다.
So first question goes to Tim, second goes to Gabriel. Let me start with you, Tim. There are 2 new female casts, Natalia and Mackenzie, and they do a great job portraying the emotions and doing all these great actions. How do you and did you discover these great, up and coming new talents? What do you look at when you try to audition them? And another question for you is there a possibility for the next sequel? And the next question for Gabrielle is that you are the new Terminator, And what does it feel like to play the role that Arnold has played for so long? And what sets Rev 9 apart from the previous Terminators? Start with Tim.
First of all, I'd like to say that I didn't discover either one of these actors. They were already very well accomplished when I cast them in this role. I met Mackenzie first. She had read for the role of Grace, and I just thought she was fantastic. She read a scene from Man on Fire, and it was Denzel Washington's character as a protector. He protects this little girl, and it's really beautiful. And Mackenzie just fucking crushed it. She just has this inner strength in her. I feel it's her in real life, but it's certainly she's such a great actor that she could become anyone she wanted. And we talk about it all the time. I think it's still a mystery to me. But Mackenzie sought the role. She really wanted to be in the movie. I think she liked the character. But for some crazy reason, she really believed in the film, even from the start, which was honorable. I find very gratifying. In Natalia's case, when you do these movies, the casting there's many actors who read for the role, and especially where we were looking for someone who was less known, who could inhabit this new role that we had. So we put out a very wide call to all of South America, and the States too, for people of Latin American extract, and we saw hundreds of tapes. Natalia was one of, we auditioned 5 ladies that we thought were really interesting. Linda came in and they read with Linda. Natalia was number 2 or 3, and immediately Linda said, she's the one. I'd like to think that I picked her, but in fact, Linda did that. No, I thought she was fantastic. Even if Linda hadn't said that, I would have picked her. We'll never know, but that would have been a bad start. Linda says, she's the one, and I'd go, you're wrong, get out. No, she was great. We did this scene about her brother, where she's talking about her brother, and it's a very emotional scene. And as I'm describing the scene to her, she begins crying, and I'm like, oh my God, she's so good, so good. Anyway, she was brilliant. And there was one more part of the question.
Sequel.
Sequel? Like I would tell you people. No. We hope there's a sequel. We've made plans. Oh, can I also say that when Arnold showed up on set in that jacket, I knew that it was going to work. That jacket was the best thing ever. Best Terminator jacket ever, by far. And I knew. That's a little joke. Sorry.
Thank you. To Gabriel now. Mm-hmm.
Yes, to have the extraordinary opportunity to play a character that that was established by one of the greatest action hero of all time, and he said a few times that this character not only was it one of the top 10 villains of all time, it's also one of the top 10 heroes, and there's very few characters where you can say that have made that kind of transformation over the course of a franchise. I've loved the films for my entire life, and it never ever crossed my mind that this would ever be possible. But once it was, it was explained to me in a way. I think maybe my team had some misinformation, and they said, "Oh, you might play one of the Terminators." I thought, "Oh, I'd be happy to be one of a few killing machines sent back." And so I went through my audition process, and eventually got the role, and discovered that no, I was the Terminator, and in fact I was a one-man pack of Terminators, which was really exciting, because once I learned of the powers and the abilities of the Rev 9, I knew that it was going to be very exciting to see on screen, and it's this really wonderful combination of the strength and the durability of Arnold's T-800 and the agility and mobility and speed of Robert's T-1000. And I wanted to make sure to honor both their performances, and then of course tried to build on it and do what I could to create something fresh and new. And the machine itself is amazing. it's I love the new design. This is matte black, very very kind of evil looking thing, and it's got it has an metal endoskeleton that's lighter and faster because it's carbon based, and then it has an exoskeleton that can create the human mimicry that Robert was able to do. So it's an incredible infiltration machine, and what I wanted to add to that, on top of all of it, was just really convincing and very accurate simulation of human behavior. So it was very natural, and when he was interacting with humans, he could use charm and just it's easier to catch flies with honey, as they say. So you don't have to be a one-man buzzsaw and just tear through everything, which I am at times, but you can also find more sophisticated ways to achieve your objective. So the machine itself is awesome, and I'm looking forward to people seeing it in all its glory.
Just one more thing to add. Some might say coincidence, some might say destiny, but we had different names for the Terminator in the script depending on what state he was, endoskeleton or ectoplasmic entity. But when he was both together, his name was Gabriel in the script. And this was long before Gabriel auditioned for the role. Just one of those.
와,
Yeah.
이 역할을 맡은 게 운명이셨던 것 같아요.
Destiny, yes.
So yes,
San
it
Diego.
is destiny, maybe.
Destiny, 네.
Destiny.
알겠습니다. 정말 배우분들과 즐거운 시간을 했는데요. 질의응답은 여기까지 해야 될 것 같습니다. 질문해주신 기자님들께 진심으로 감사를 드리고요. 오늘 멋진 시간을 만들어주신 저희 배우분들을 위해서 저희가 특별히 감독님과 아놀드 슈왈제네거 배우님, 기타 모든 배우님들께 특별한 선물을 준비를 했습니다. 아시죠? 한국의 전통 모자 가시인데요. 여기 계신
감사합니다.
모든 분들이 강렬한 액션을 선보이셔서 이게 또 가시 G.O.D. 영어 발음이 가시잖아요. 그래서 액션의 신, 갓 액션이라는 의미로 저희가 준비를 했습니다. 이미 이렇게
We already have
쓰시고
some.
계세요?
We bought some yesterday. We are taking this home. We already have, but
They're the
I'm taking
chicest
two.
hats I've ever seen.
They're
in my
the best
Yeah, they
hats.
look like vintage Dior couture. They're the most beautiful hats I've ever seen.
We love them.
네.
감사합니다.
네, 그러면 저희 이 소감과 함께 그냥 마무리 인사 한 번씩 여쭤봐도 좋을 것 같아요.
Alright, so how about we go around one by one saying how you like this gift and then maybe the last words to the press before we wrap this
나탈리
up.
배우님부터.
So we start with you, Natalia?
Yes. 감사합니다. Thank you everyone for coming. These hats are the best in the world. And your culture is so amazing. I'm really honored to be here. I hope to be back. I'm telling you, I am coming back. And I just really hope you all go watch this movie. We made it with all our hearts. It was a hard work, but it's really great to start this here. Thank you.
Yes. 감사합니다. Thank you so much. Korea is 예뻐요? 예뻐요? Beautiful. Thank you so much. We've had so much fun, and I can't wait to come back. Thank you.
I think I look the best in the hat.
Wow.
Totally.
Yes, you
I
do.
chose this dress so that this hat would work. I love it. Thank you so much. It's fantastic.
I also love this hat. We saw it yesterday walking around and went on a hunt all day long to acquire them. Natalia and I already have it, but I'm very happy to have two. And we both know to wear it sort of jaunty like this, which is maybe not traditional. But thank you very much. 감사합니다.
Thank you. Arnold?
Well, I wish I would have gotten a hat that is my size. People don't realize that I have a big head in every way possible. But anyway, thank you for this nice gift. And I also want to say it is great to be back again. And I think that what makes me really most proud about this movie is that the whole franchise was always meant to entertain anyone around the world. It was not meant just for America. It entertains audiences in the Middle East, in Africa, in Asia, all over Europe, Australia. No matter where you take this movie, people have a good time watching this movie. So that was the idea, and this is what stories ought to be. It should have kind of a universal appeal so that everyone can get entertained. So that's what I like about Terminator.
네. 마지막으로 감독님께는요, 혹시 가시 다음번 터미네이터 소품으로 혹시 어떤지 한번 물어봐 주세요.
Well, maybe to Tim, maybe if you make a sequel, you could use this Korean traditional hat as part of a prop. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, I think a Terminator wearing this hat would be terrifying. Terrifying. Actually, it's black, and it's metal, so Gabriel could probably form it. It could grow out of his head in times of stress. They told us yesterday, because this really was, Mackenzie could not think of anything else until she owned this hat. And they told us that it was a sign of a certain intellectual attainment in Korean society, and that only those who had reached this learned level could wear these hats. And so I think that our cast all deserves this, because what more intellectual film could there be than a Terminator movie? Worldwide, it's known for its quality, intellectual and thought-provoking qualities. So thank you very much.
네, 고맙습니다. 오늘 함께 해주신 분들 정말 감사드리고요. 혹시 불편하시면 가슴 두고 가시면 저희가 챙겨서 보내드리도록
Well,
하겠습니다.
thank you very much for all of your time.
Thank
Your
you.
answers were great. Now, if you wish to leave your hat here on the chair, that will be great. Now, this is the end of the junk tour. Thank you very much, Junkie Tour.
네, 수고해주신 배우분들과 감독님께 진심으로 감사의 말씀드립니다. 고맙습니다. Thank you.